All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to do our daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update. Today was a green day for the most part, so if you're new to the channel, we cover Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners every day. So remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And also, everybody, please smash the like button. It helps us out a lot. Feel free to comment below, and you will see in our pinned comment a link to our free Discord, and there's some upgraded levels in there where you get some extra information as well. So you're welcome to join us over there for free. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. I want to start out by taking a look at the Bitcoin miner big board, and then we're going to move to some charts and see how we did today. So you can see basically the entire board is green with the exception of two miners. So that seems to kind of be the theme. There's always a couple of outliers every day. In this instance, TeraWolf or Wolf was down 2.5%, so that wasn't a big outlier. Mawson was down 18.7%. So if you watched yesterday's update, we talked about the fact that Mawson had taken an unusual run up and maybe it was overbought. And sure enough, today they came out with their monthly operational update, and apparently people did not like that, and it ended up down 18.71%. But on the flip side, let's focus on the positive. The rest of the board is green. So it looks like GREE led the way up 7.76%. HUT was up 4.85%. HIVE was up 4.62%. And then you can see there was a lot of +2, +3. So I'll let you review the board and you can find the miner or miners that you care about and see how they did on the day. But again, unless it was Wolf or Mawson, they were up. The rest of the board was green. So a positive day overall, but the Bitcoin miners are still lagging behind Bitcoin. So we'll see if they can start to make up some ground. And obviously you can see these miners don't move in unison. You know, there were some that were down today and there were some that were up 7%. So in general, let's see if they can start to trend towards catching up to Bitcoin as Bitcoin continues to rise, hopefully. Which takes us to the chart. This is the Bitcoin chart on the 15-minute time frame. So each one of these candles is 15 minutes. This was the trading day today. So this orange line right here started at the close of the equity markets yesterday in the US. Yesterday, Bitcoin was actually up 2.3% from where it was when the markets closed on last Thursday. That was 2.3%. So altogether, in the last two trading days, Bitcoin's up about 5%. So you can see the miners are green today, but still overall, they are not keeping pace with Bitcoin. They need to start catching up. I am going to do a few videos on why I think they have lagged behind and why I believe they will catch up over time. Here is Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. So I want to show this because you'll see not too long ago, back here on March 28th, so that was less than a month ago. Today is April 19th. Bitcoin was at 48,000. So this has been a long-term line of resistance at the moment / support, hopefully at some point going forward. And you can see we bumped into this line and we did not make it across. This was Sunday night / Monday morning at midnight Eastern Standard Time. We bottomed out at about 38,600. And since that point in time, obviously you can see we've basically been going up very nicely. I will tell you, to go back to the 15-minute chart for a minute, when we did our daily update yesterday, we were right about here. So one of the things we talked about at great length in yesterday's update was we needed to get back above this red line at around 39,700 and reestablish that as a line of support. So that was exactly what we were hoping for. We got that almost immediately by the time this video was even posted yesterday. There were a couple of key things we talked about that we needed to have happen to make sure we didn't turn this bull run into a bear run. So that was one of them. So that checks one box. There's one more coming. Okay, this is Bitcoin on the 1-day time frame. This is my plan Z for zoom out. This ascending channel between these blue lines is basically the year 2022. We are bullish when looking at the daily time frame, and we continue to be bullish. I do want to show you something. I took a screenshot from yesterday's video. You can see that we were actually in a red candle just under the blue line as we were talking yesterday. This green line right here is that red line that we were looking at. So basically we got a nice reversal. We did once again candle wick below this, but close well above the blue line inside of our ascending channel. And then today we've basically been above that all day. So this is 2 consecutive days in a row moving in the right direction. So this was a third very strong test of this line of support, and it has held again. So I still remain leaning bullish. This is clearly staying in a bull trend. This is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. So this goes back, this blue channel is all of 2021 and 2022, and then you can even see all of 2020 is basically on this chart as well. So obviously we had a huge breakout, back in October of 2020 through January of 2021. Since then, we have stayed inside this ascending channel. So we've tested the bottom of this several times. Most recently, the week of February 21st, and I'm sure that was February 24th because that was a low for Bitcoin. And then I think, here we go. We'll find out January 24th, if you all remember, that was when Bitcoin first bottomed out in 2022. So both of those really tested this line nicely, but held, and we've been above it ever since. So this is a very zoomed out long-term bullish trend that we are still maintaining. So I just wanted to show everybody this. Basically, the more you zoom out, the more everything still looks bullish, even though obviously we have had a lot of tough ups and downs over the last 6 or 8 months. Actually, particularly all of 2022 so far has been very difficult trading for Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. But it is important that we keep these trend lines because we do not want to turn bearish. If history is any indicator, hopefully we will also retest the top of this channel at some point, which right now is looking at around $50,000. So it's my expectation if Bitcoin can stay healthy and go on a bull run, I have a $50,000 price target sometime in the next month or two, provided the bull run continues. And again, we are trading within a range, so that doesn't mean we're going to have a breakout and go to all-time new highs. At that point, we will need to test this line and see if we can break out of this channel to start to run towards maybe a new all-time high, but we're many steps away from that. Right now, what would be nice is we passed our test yesterday. Let's see if we can keep trending upward, and let's see if we can retest the top of this channel again. So that's my short-term goals for Bitcoin. I'm going to look at just a few charts of some Bitcoin miners in specific. Bitfarms has established a very solid line of support right here, this blue line of support at $3. There was one day where it gapped open below that line, but it did close well above this line. So it has closed above this $3 mark every single day. So this is an extremely long-term line of support. In 2021, this white line held at Bitcoin 39,000. It also held at Bitcoin 29,000. So you can see Bitfarms, like all the Bitcoin miners, are clearly lagging Bitcoin because Bitcoin's now over $41,000 and Bitfarms still needs to go up about 28% just to get back to this previous very strong line of support. And you can see once it flipped, it turned into a very strong line of resistance. We've tested this several times. So again, that would be my first very short-term price target for Bitfarms. $4.18 was a very long-term line of support. Back on January 13th, Bitfarms was above $5. Now, if I go back to December 3rd, which is the day of the Bitcoin flash crash, Bitfarms was above $7. So this hanging out in the $3 range, in my opinion, really represents Bitfarms being massively oversold. Operationally, they have been performing very well. They increased their exahash by quite a bit in March, and they have already announced they increased it by quite a bit again in April. So their monthly reports have been great, and their stock is just lagging behind. So if we can just get back to this December 27 mark, that would be an 85% increase in the price of Bitfarms. And if we can get back to where we were before the flash crash, that would represent a 120% increase in the price of Bitfarms stock. So I do think that's an extremely realistic goal. This is not its all-time high. This is just where it was when Bitcoin was at about 56,000 before it flash crashed. So I think that's a very realistic 2022 price target. Again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. To me, the downside looks minimum on Bitfarms. It's at $3.30. It has a super strong line of support at $3. I'm going to look at Riot Blockchain. This is an extremely similar setup, so I'm going to try and go quickly here. You'll see a very strong line of support just under $13. So this has held up for the entire year 2022. But once again, here is the 2021 line of support for Riot, which held up all year until late December. So again, this held up during Bitcoin 39,000. This held up during Bitcoin 29,000 in 2021. However, in 2022, we have not been able to get back to this line of support. We did almost test it here this one time. So Riot is in a similar situation. They need to go up 67% just to get back to their 2021 line of support. This company is also operating extremely well. I think out of all the companies, they've probably had the best monthly updates. They mined 511 Bitcoin last month, so they keep beating their own record every month, Core Scientific notwithstanding. And more importantly, they've been right on plan. So they've been doing exactly what they said they were going to do. And they have a plan to get to 12.8 exahash. So their plan is nowhere near done. So to me, again, I think this is wildly oversold. It's not even back to this line of support, which I consider a minimum target. So again, this would be a reasonably short-term 30, 60, 90-day target, in my opinion. And as again, once again, you can see from a risk-reward standpoint, I think your reasonable risk is fairly low. There's Riot's trading at $14.79. There's a strong line of support just under $13. So obviously it can go below that, and that's when you would want to take a look at this. Again, if we just measure to right before the flash crash when Bitcoin was at about 56,000 in December, that would be a 130% increase in the price of Riot stock. So that I think is an extremely realistic target for 2022. And again, I feel that I'm being conservative on these targets. I feel we could go way past that. None of the targets that I've mentioned are anywhere near these stocks' 2021 all-time highs. Last one I'm going to do real quick. This is HIVE blockchain. It's set up identically. So it has a very strong line of support at $1.50. It's trading at $1.81 right now. This one needs to go up about 38% just to get back to its 2021 line of support. And you can see it has tried to test this twice. But much like the other two stocks we looked at, this has taken an extremely similar path. So it's still below its 2021 line of support. So that would be my first price target. And that's about a 38% increase. And then lastly, just to get back to where it was before the flash crash, that would be a 92% increase on HIVE stock. So that's what HIVE blockchain looks like for me. Again, please remember, this is not financial advice. All of these Bitcoin mining stocks are extremely volatile, so please do your due diligence and invest wisely. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, and if everyone would smash the like button, we'd appreciate it a lot. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.